Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard.
The Empire may have fallen, but my ambitions never wavered. I am Grand Admiral Thrawn, and my return is inevitable.
Sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain.
I tried to survive for many years because of the rebels. Now is the time to stand up.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Me, Foley!
I'm sorry, can we cut? Jamie, can we cut?
What is going on here? Hey, I'm about to jump out this helicopter like Wesley.
Oh, that's very Star Wars right there, Cyber. You like that?
That was Tropic Thunder is Star Warsy.
Good tie-in, right?
I don't know how that's Star Wars, but okay. Awesome. Well, good evening, folks. Welcome to the MCU's Bleeding Edge. We are live Wednesday night to discuss the 6th episode of the Ahsoka TV series on Disney+. And, of course, this episode is called Part 6, Far, Far Away, directed by Jennifer Getzinger. This is the first and only episode I believe she is directing. Whereas we had a couple of the other episodes, we had a couple people that directed in a row. Steph, I believe it was Steph Green. He or she directed 2 episodes in a row. We had Peter Ramsey, Dave Filoni directed an episode. He actually directed 2 episodes. But this is the first time that Jennifer directed an episode.
Cyber, Filoni did episode 1. Green did the first 2 and 3. Ramsey did 4. Filoni did 5. And then we got Jennifer Getzinger on 6.
Okay. What I was just talking about. Okay. Thank you, sir. Anyways, folks out there. So yeah, we're here to discuss episode 6. Great series so far. Really enjoyed. Basically, I really just want to go out there starting off. What was everyone's reaction to when Thrawn popped up on the screen finally? This is the 6th episode, so we had 5 previous episodes. We had heard the name. We hadn't seen him yet. So what was your guys' thoughts, especially those that are huge Rebels fans or Clone Wars fans? Maybe has read other book series that included Thrawn. What were your thoughts on the first moment Thrawn popped up in the episode? I'm going to start with Jay Brent.
What's going on, Cyber? How you doing?
Fantastic, sir. How are you?
Caught you right when you took a little break to take a drink.
You know it.
So I like that he wasn't Thrawn. His character wasn't CGI. Doesn't look CGI, right? Maybe his eyes. I don't know. And if I'm not mistaken, he's also the voice actor for Thrawn in the Rebels as well. And so that's pretty cool. So it's a familiar voice. It's the same voice. And I took it from the series, brought him in. This is the brother of who's he? The
Lars
brother?
Mikkelsen. Yeah, the one that was in Rogue One.
Rogue One. That's right. Yep. That's pretty cool. I like his character. One thing about Thrawn, for people who don't know, is his character is he's very tactical, and he's very he's supposed to be like a genius, like a tactical genius, and that's what made his character really, I guess, scary. Like in the non-canon Star Wars episode shows that George Lucas made for after, but they haven't done, and you can kind of see that they are keeping in line with that as far as like some of the choices that he's making, like real real methodical about like what they can do, instead of like this just go and do this. Overall, his character, I was very pleased with the way they had him come out. It was really cool looking.
Excellent, awesome. Andres, your thoughts on Mr. Thrawn popping up, sir?
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I just heard of this character, and I heard he's like one of the top tier villains of the Star Wars universe. So I was like, okay. So, yeah, it was pretty good. I think it's one of the best evil, super villain introductions. I mean, right away. I mean, as J-Rand 2000 just brought up, like no CGI. I was kind of surprised. Like just the eyes, CGI makes sense. Yeah, I mean, he looks like the spitting image of the character from the cartoons and the comics or whatnot. So very neat, and I'm very happy they kept the same actor. I mean, of course, Lawrence Mickelson, great actor. If you haven't seen, for me, my introduction to him was Sherlock season 3. There he played villain, and he was really great there. The BBC version of Sherlock, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. So yeah, this was a great episode of introduction to him, and they did not fail. So this was a great introduction to this character. So I'm happy.
Excellent, thank you, sir. Jeff, your thoughts on Thrawn popping up for the first time?
Well, like J-Rant said, great that he's not CGI. What I noticed was he actually, I'm not sure who they used for the voice actor for the sort of like fan made Thrawn novels that are on YouTube that you can find, right? That's right. I've listened to all of them. They're basically like audiobooks almost, but the animation's not that great. But whoever they used, he sounds pretty damn close to Thrawn. He does. And it just was great seeing him, just because I mean, J-Ron obviously did his homework. In terms of I haven't finished Rebels, but I'm in season 2. But I know about Thrawn. He is, of course, from the Chiss race, and I've also read some of the comics, and I bought some of them and whatnot. And you can find them on YouTube as well. They have the comic book line. There's a big backstory on Thrawn. He's really interesting. He develops his strategy against individual opponents through their art. He interprets their art to decide or interpret his strategy when it comes to individual people or militaries or races or whatever. Their art is what he sort of studies. It was great seeing him non-CGI'd. I mean, it looks to me like he's wearing makeup. And he looks kind of like from what I've seen in other pictures and whatnot. He's not like swole. He's not real tall. He's not like heavy set, but he's also not like stick thin. And the Chiss are actually real nasty hand to hand too. Like they can throw down. When the Empire first they run into Thrawn, before he picks the name Thrawn, because he has another name. Good luck pronouncing it. It's Kibu Rau Naru. There you go.
There's a little bit of Mexican in there.
Yep. That's why we have Raymon on.
Good luck pronouncing it.
That's right.
There's Raul in there. I know plenty of Rauls.
Yep. Coming off with Blue Beetle, we got Raymon on. Raymon, Boost and Chill, what's up, bruh?
No, doing good, man.
I thought it was great, honestly, Cyber. It was good to see Thrawn. His voice, man, is just it's not haunting. It doesn't have that haunting Stellan Skarsgård Andor type of feel to it or anything like that, whatnot. It doesn't have that Darth Vader feel. It just has this maybe somebody else can think of a better word, but it just has it demands respect almost.
It's almost date rapey.
No, and I will talk about through the episode, but you can see him being strategic on the fly throughout the episode the minute that you see him. So like he sees so far ahead of the game. He's like John Stockton and shit.
He speaks when he speaks, he's very calm, but it's like almost to like borderline intimidating calm.
Like Larry Bird with his shit talk. You know what I'm saying? And the way he played, like Larry Bird just straight up. His shit talk was so simple. Right?
Anyone who's ever seen
taken. Anyone who's ever seen the Larry Bird mixtape, check it out. But that's all I got, Cyber.
All right, thank you. Great job. Raymond from Booze and Chill. Your thoughts on Thrawn's first appearance, sir?
Just like Andres said, I was a little late to the Star Wars game, dude. Like, I was like one of those dudes that refused to watch Star Wars, and then I started going back into comics and stuff, and then long story short, I got married in a comics book store, and then everybody was like, "Dude, you got to do it. You got to watch it." I'm like, "Fine, fuck, whatever." So I sat down, I watched the movies, and fell in love with them. But then realized there's TV series, the cartoons, the comics, the books, and everything just fucking connected. It was way too much. I was like, I was never gonna catch up, like even if I tried. So, like Andre said, like this is not the first time I've heard of him, but like I kind of had an idea of who he was and what he was capable of, but the way that Jeff described him just makes him sound much more badass. But as far as like him, I mean, like, I know he's got like a date rape kind of voice. That's like one way to describe it. That's like that's one way I see it. He's like, it's menacing, but very, very like very convincing. Like he's very manipulative. But I guess that's why, like how Jeff said, he's able to like plan out and like, you know, make people do like his will and whatever. It's the voice. It's the voice. It's not this blue skin. It's not the red CGI eyes. It's the voice, man.
Yeah. Him saying, "Come with me to the back room."
Exactly. Like you can't say no.
Oh, oh my God.
Blue dabba dee dabba die.
Please come to this room with me. I will make you a Jedi.
Come to the massage parlor.
I also want to know what he's smoking. His eyes are as red as fuck.
That's what happens when you bang one of them. That's what happens when you bang one of them witch sisters, man. You get that dick eye.
Those are cool too. Like some like space witch trial shit going on. That was awesome. That was cool. Again, I have no idea what is going on, but I mean, I'm just enjoying the ride.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you. Did you have something else you'd like to say, Andres?
Yeah, we see more of the strategy sides of Thrawn in the next episode. Not to spoil it, I seen the episode 7. You see more of that in the next episode, which is good. So they're nailing every aspect of this character, which is good.
Good. Excellent. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we're freshened up there, so basically the episode starts off. We come across, of course, Ahsoka and her droid still in the spaceship inside of the space whales, traveling at light speed to get to Peridea. And basically they kind of have a little conversation. You know, Ahsoka kind of says to the droid, to Clinky, whatever, I forget what his name is. I always forget his name. David Huang. David Huang.
Mr. H.
Young, yeah, Mr. H, as we were calling him. Young. It's actually Mr. Y, I think.
Isn't it pronounced Peridia?
Peridia.
Oh my God.
Something like that.
Isn't it Huyang or some shit?
Yeah,
something like that. Huyang.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we're calling him H, Mr. H, because Huyang. But yeah, so basically they're having like a brief conversation. And basically she kind of utters how Cuntface Kit has gone to willingly went with them to Peridea, as I like to call it, instead of Peridia. I think Peridea sounds cooler. I think. Sorry, Jay Ryan. It just sounds better. Peridea, Peridia.
Whatever you say.
Sounds like, you know, you're kind of mentioning the female dog from 101 Dalmatians. You know, Miss Purdy. So Peridia. I think Peridea sounds a little cooler. But anyways, So basically, saying that she willingly went with them to there because of Ezra. And basically Mr. H kind of says, "Do you want to talk about it? And you want to tell your story?" And it's like, "No, not really right now." She's like, and he's like, "Then do you want to hear a story from me?" And he's like, and she's like, "No, not really either that." And then after they talk for the few seconds there where he kind of starts like, everything she says basically is like, "Well, there's a point to this. There's a point to this. There's a point to this." She's like, "Yeah, why don't you go ahead and tell me one of those stories?" And then the episode goes into the title sequence. So basically we have the title sequence, shows us the Ahsoka thing and stuff like that, all the names and stuff like that. And then of course it comes back, and then we're once again heading to Peridia. And there we catch up with the Scion that has just reached Peridia, which is considered the ancient homeworld of Elspeth's people, known as the Dathomiriae. So Elspeth, who has been kind of like a centerfold in the series so far, she has made it back to her homeworld, where supposedly Thrawn is. And she made it there, of course, with the wonderful ship they made. So basically, they have arrived there on the homeworld, and Elsbeth, Skull, Hattie, Ren end up meeting with the Great Mothers, who are a group of Night Sisters that are allied with Thrawn. So we're introduced to these like witch-like characters. They kind of make me think a little bit of like the like witch characters that I've seen in like a whole bunch of different horror films over the years. Sleepy Hollow. I've seen some in like The Craft and stuff like that. All these kind of different movies that have to do with like witching type of things. They kind of make me think of those characters. So that the first thing that came up to my mind when they popped up the screen, I'm like, "Ooh, the Night Sisters." They make me think of that. The first thing that popped in my head was Sleepy Hollow. So I was like, "Man, that really makes me think Sleepy Hollow." I'm like, "That's just so weird." Because I don't think I've seen any witches in Star Wars yet. So this is the first time I've seen witches. If there has been previous in other films or TV series or books or whatever, I have not read them, so I couldn't tell you. But I thought it was interesting they had witches on another planet, so this in another galaxy away. So I thought that was kind of cool. But the Night Sisters seemed pretty cool. I mean, they looked that evil, witchy type look and all that kind of stuff. So I think that they definitely will be seeing more of them in the next couple episodes.
You think these are also the Great Mothers, though?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're known as the Great Mothers, but they are the Night Sisters as well. So they're both. Right, Joey? Both.
Sure.
Are they Deathrecki too? They're fucking Deathrecki? Like there's some Game of Thrones shit going down too?
Maybe. You never know.
Oh shit.
So after they meet them, basically they end up putting Ren into like a pit by herself because they see that she's a Jedi. Before they go and meet Mr. Thrawn. So, before we move on past that, what are you guys' thoughts on that beginning of the episode? Was there anything that stuck out to you? Was there anything that those that are more knowledgeable of the Rebels Alliance, the Rebels storyline, books they might have read, that just what were your thoughts on that beginning? What did you like? What did you hate? What do you think? Where do you think the story is going? And just overall your thoughts on that little beginning intro. Starting with Raymon this time.
Damn. What to say? I like that conversation that Ahsoka and what's his face? Hu Yang, the droid. Just call him the droid. Where that conversation they were having, how she was holding back the information about oh my god, what was her name? Sabine or Sabine? Sabine
Rain.
There we go. Thank you. How she like willingly left and I like that the droid was like, oh my god, like how I like how the droids in Star Wars have actually like it's like they have feelings. It's that advanced, and then how he mentions that he has something about stories of Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. I don't know exactly what he said, and then he ends it with the no, he like about to say the stories starting with in a galaxy far far away. I thought that was a pretty cool homage to like how all this movie started, or how the whole Star Wars thing started, as far as like the cinema.
Yeah.
But that's really all I gotta say about that.
Awesome. Thank you, Raymond. J-Ran, your thoughts?
What's up? Oh, it was pretty cool because like one of the like the way they started off, and when she tells them about the stories, because they mentioned that a few times. Even Balin mentions Peridia being like a land of fairy tales and all this stuff. So there's like knowledge of this place. They start letting us, the audience, know that this place has mentioned before in the Jedi Temple, and they kind of did appropriate like a long time ago in a galaxy far far away. So they did the whole like homage to like how we see it, a galaxy far far away. For Star Wars is a galaxy for us far far away, and this to them is a galaxy far far away. I don't know if you guys talked about it last time, but one of the new things that they did is they took us out of the Star Wars galaxy and took us into a whole new galaxy. Like when we see them do the warp speed or travel, they are always traveling within the same galaxy, and they never been. We don't think about it because we're like, okay, they go to one planet and they go to warp speed. But they're in the same galaxy. They've never left. The Star Wars galaxy has always been one galaxy. So for them to look for this direct link to another galaxy is something completely new, and that's what they're doing. They're creating this new world now for Star Wars fans to be like, hey, there's gonna be something different, out there, and this episode is just like hinting towards that. And I think the Ahsoka series is giving us something to look forward to. That's not just Skywalker, Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine. They're opening the door for something else, and I like that opening because they kind of set the tone for that in this new place that they're heading to.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Andres, same question, sir.
Sure. Yeah, to just briefly respond to Jeremy's comment about the far space. We briefly discussed that. Like that was, I think I brought that up maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's very unique that we're not in the same course of the galaxy because now think about it. Yeah, it is kind of actually new. Seeing our characters not going to a place they're not familiar with. So that is very unique in this show. But yeah, I like the opening. I mean, like Ahsoka, like I'm gonna throw this like very funny, but like she has become Gandalf. You know how Gandalf came back to life in Lord of the Rings Two Towers, and she's all like just like just swagger and just like this all white clothing. It's like she's become now a Super Saiyan Jedi now, and that she's like even more confident of herself, which is funny. And her conversation with Mr. H is always funny. I mean, David Tennant, great actor. I mean, if you haven't seen his work, from Doctor Who or Broadchurch or even DuckTales. I mean, come on. He's such a fantastic actor / voice actor, and his humor is so funny. I just love it. Like, just the nonsense he takes with these people around him is just funny. But yeah, so it was a good opening, and seeing, the events, like it was basically a very good brief recap. Basically, if you haven't seen the last 2 episodes, if you're kind of lost, like this scene kind of helped you like catch up what happened the last like really 3 episodes, like what happened to Ahsoka or like what happened to Sabine, like because like it's basically Empire Strikes Back again, where like every character is kind of separated by this point, you know, and so like we just need to know where is everyone is at now, you know. So I think this scene was very good at like explaining that, because sometimes you get lost as like what happened with our main characters, you know. Thank goodness this opening explained that quickly and smoothly, and at least it was funny. That's one thing that a lot of movies don't handle that. So, but yeah, great opening, and come on, I love the line from Mr. H. Yeah, we're hyperspace within a space well. I cannot believe that they actually did that. They say space well, and that was so funny. I was like, oh my god, we're doing hyperspace and space wells. So yeah, love this opening. Great way to recap everything that's happened within the last 2 episodes. So it's good.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Jeff, your thoughts, sir?
Well, mostly Andres. Are you only doing blackface? Are you going in the time cop dimension alternatively and then coming on screen?
You're so funny.
Anyways,
so funny, guys.
I thought maybe you were writing a Purgle or something possibly. So
I'm reading my novel in the time cop dimension. If you want to know.
Oh god, would that be like a Dune type thing? Would there be 8 books?
Maybe. It's gonna be 12, so it's gonna be much longer. So yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Jeff.
All right. The Cyber, I loved it. I thought that I like the flow of the series overall. Episode to episode's been great. I love that we switched from an Ahsoka focused episode over to a Cunt-Face Kit Sabine episode. Sort of, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I was just fucking around earlier about the whole like don't drop anything lower than an 8 or whatever. There's flaws in this episode. Okay, like I'm sorry, but like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know her whole filmography in terms of what the actress, who I'll pronounce her name in just a minute, that's played Sabine. She's not as good as she is in Rebels. That I can tell you right now. I've seen her do the interviews and whatnot, do the circuit and whatnot before Ahsoka. Basically, J-Ron, that's Cyber was going back to Willow. One of our things during the Willow reviews was we called this one character Cunt-Face Kit because she was such a fucking prick. Like she was supposed to be the lesbian partner of the villain from Falcon Winter Soldier, who was dope. Like she's a good actress. She could fucking act, right? And this chick is just so fucking terrible. She basically sunk Willow. So Cyber was bringing back some nostalgia for Willow on that one right there. And he's not very fond of what do you call her? How do you pronounce her in Cyber? You call her what? Sebin or some shit?
No, it's Sabine.
Oh, okay. Anyways, no, actually they never showed us the actual hyperspace visually with the Purgle at the end of episode 5. We actually get to see it right off the bat. That's what I was talking about when I was talking about the visuals. That and when they show up at Peridia, right? And that whole they scope it out and whatnot. And I won't go any farther than that because I'm jumping ahead. But seeing them in hyperspace, that initial shot was fucking awesome. And like that's one of them ones where honestly, Cyber, going back to the last episode, I agree with you that like having the little like synopsis, quick scenes from the last episode first, then doing that little short thing they always do before the intro and whatnot. They could have skipped that shit and just went right to that fucking hyperspace shot. That would have been sick, right? Like it was still good though. Don't get me wrong. And I just love the Huang character. Wang, I love him. He's fucking awesome. He's the only droid that's. How is he still like functioning? He's been around for centuries or whatever, right? J. Ryan, hasn't he been around for like fucking what, like over 1,000 years or some shit?
I mean, he's like C-3PO.
Yeah,
he's been around for a while. It's just, I mean, I don't know that he's been around for 1,000 years. I don't know that they actually said that.
He's been with the he's been training Jedi. He's been building the lightsabers for the Jedi and helping them find their crystals for
but
centuries.
I think Jeff may be onto something.
Yeah, no, that's why he knows all the stories of the Jedi. That's the different stages. He says 1, 2, 3.
I don't know if they actually said that he was that old, but I mean, maybe.
I'll look it up. And I appreciate that, Raymond. No, I'll look it up, Jay. I know you know more about Star Wars than I do, I believe.
No, well, I mean, no, I don't know. I mean, I just know enough, but I look at other people's reviews too, and I like looking at Easter eggs and things that I missed.
Me too.
Also, Google knows a lot of Star Wars.
Google knows a lot of Star Wars as well. Yeah.
ChatGPT don't know shit. I was having a fucking feud with it earlier, trying to get a goddamn title out of it in the description earlier. I'm telling you, it does stupid stuff like it forgets that Cyber's my co-host. I'm like, dude, Cyber's my fucking co-host. Like, don't just put Cyber there and like I'm the host or I'm just the co-host and he's not. Why would you not add that? ChatGPT, you fuck. Try to disrespect Cyber like that? Come on now. Anyways, sorry about that. I apologize, folks. Cyber is very important to me. Very valuable piece of the MCU's bleeding edge fabric. But no, shout out to you, Raymond, for having the cojones to jump on, man, and get after it like this. It can be a little bit uncomfortable trying to dive into this territory when you're not like a huge fan of some kind of thing or whatever. Like Last of Us, when we covered it, it was when you don't know the game, you worry a little bit about what you're going to say and whatnot. Everything, how people are going to react to you. So I give you props for that. But no, just I love that they started right off and they went with Jason, I think, said at one point he would like to have seen one of the scrolls at one of the episodes, like the original trilogy films. That was the way that conversation between Ahsoka and Wong was basically like them doing the Star Wars scroll in a way. So I love how they're weaving in the original stuff. They're going back to the baseline. They're going away from Andor. They're going away from the Mandalorian, and they're focusing back in on the Jedi stuff, but they're doing it differently, right? Filoni is genius. He's doing a great fucking job. So is Favreau doing a great job. So as long as Kathleen Kennedy don't fucking somehow fuck it up, this shit is fire.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Awesome. So
give me season 2. Give me season 2, baby. Let's do it.
There you go, people. He wants season 2. Make that happen, Disney.
So,
all right,
Jeff, you're just real quick, Jeff. Yeah, it looks like you're right. Looks like it says it for building
true knowledge,
yeah.
Right? About my god,
actual
love hearing that shit, don't you?
Andres, am I ever right in 2077 in the time cop dimension? Would you like? What am I like then?
It says on here the droid himself claimed to have been doing so for over 1,000 generations. The droid himself claimed to have been doing it.
Yeah, he's over 1,000 years old. That's why I said. Is he on crack? Like, what's fueling him?
I mean, he has a battery in his body. Androids have a lot of long, very long congested battery in their power
Star Wars, bro.
Not. Yeah, Star Wars. So.
No, but he's an interesting character. They could make a series out with him, and it would be fucking interesting. He's funny as shit.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Anyways, Andres, how am I doing in year 2077? Am I okay? Am I hanging there?
I say you do not exist in this dimension.
Oh, great. Thank you.
So, yeah. I cannot tell, so it's dark stuff.
Well, let's see. 2077, you'd be 85, Jeff. So.
I may not make it to 85, man. I have to. I may have hit, my body count may have hit 85 when I was a teenager, but I gotta make it 85.
Oh wait, no, 95. Sorry, 95. Actually, you'd be 95, sir.
Yeah,
you'd be 95. Yeah.
I had to crack the 20 barrier to get that high up on the body count, bro.
Yeah, you were gone. You were killed by assassin. That's what happened. A very good assassin, I knew. He's a good buddy of mine. A good buddy of mine.
Hey,
what?
Jeff,
No, what? Yeah, go ahead, Jarrett.
real quick. It says here that that the droid Huyang is 25,000 years old, making
What
him
the fuck?
making him the oldest
what I'm saying,
character
he
in Star Wars.
He must be some kind of Jedi. Like, I don't know if it's possible, but there must be something about him that has like force shit involved. How else would a droid be? Did you ever see him like charge up? They never mentioned him needing to get refitted or like anything or whatever.
He just has
Like,
a lot of knowledge, I think.
Yeah.
That's that's where I got my title. I borrowed it from him. TrueKnowledge.
Yeah. No, he got recharged. Remember in episode 3? He got hit by the lasers in the circuit.
That was being repaired. I'd be recharged like a battery.
Yeah, but he had rebooted. That's the same thing. So again, same thing. I mean, I don't know how these androids work during the Star Wars universe. They always play fast and loose. You know?
Anyways, Cyber, did you go as far as when we first see Balin?
I went to after we met the Night Sisters.
Okay, all right.
They put Sabine, whatever you want to call her, into that little kind of like prison thingy.
Yeah, that was just too convenient. That whole deal, and like I can see. I just wanted to ask everybody real quick: does anybody get a feel right from jump that like that we already know where this is going? Balin really is playing in the middle, and he's been playing in the middle the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's just too easy that he grabbed Sabine on purpose, knowing that she'd find Ezra, and so with Thrawn know that too. Like, I'm a little bit worried. I am. That's why I said like this isn't a perfect episode. I almost feel like that they're softening things up a little bit for Sabine, because like literally like does anybody get where I'm going with this? It's too easy. It's too convenient.
It is too fucking easy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like we all knew that Skull was not a Dark Jedi, right?
No, I've been trying to anticipate the episodes, and I haven't been able to anticipate it. Usually, like with the other ones, I've like, okay, I know where this is going. I'm like, yep, I knew it, but I haven't been able to really track that. Like this last episode, the ones that were not the next one, it didn't go like the way I thought it was gonna happen. So I don't know.
He's a real free agent. I mean, you saw Ellsworth call them mercenaries. I don't think he's on the same game plan with this Padawan at all. And literally, like she wants some Thrawn. She wants power. Yeah, I don't even think Thrawn even really wants that. Wants like dominant power, or whatever. I'm not really sure what Thrawn wants. But overall, like he said, he wants to end the cycle. So he wants balance, almost like on some Thanos shit. But like not cleansing anybody, whatnot. He wants balance. He wants an end of the cycle. That's dope.
Yeah, you can totally see that.
You mean a villain? You mean a villain with its own agenda? Holy shit balls!
Holy schnocks, man!
But Raymond, what is the agenda? Like, is it maybe this is good? What
he has a hidden agenda. He has a hidden agenda. That's what he mentions to Haiti there, which I was about to get to. And so the whole purpose of him playing the middle, as you said it, is he has his own plan. But they're not going to just tell us right out what his plan is. So, I mean, there's definitely something there, but I think we're not going to find out until the very end.
Right.
I think that's how it's going to play out.
Plus, he doesn't have the face, you know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, he has like a fucking like Santa Claus face. Like yes, he's playing a Sith. He's acting the Sith, but like, you could just see it just by looking at his fucking face. Like he's gonna fuck Thrawn's plans up at the very last second. It's like just like everyone's saying here. Like I said, it's on the face, dude. He doesn't have a Sith face.
You're muted, Jeff.
That's why they have to do a second season. There's not enough left in 2 episodes for it's not enough.
It's not.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what'll lead to a second season. Maybe, you never know. So, I mean, with how well this is done, I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to greenlight a second season like they did with Andor. So, all right, thank you. So moving on with that template there. As they're waiting for Thrawn, we see Balin and Haiti. They go kind of around one of the obelisks there, and they have a little conversation where they talk about, and basically, Balin kind of says that he's kind of has his own agenda, basically. By stating that the Jedi and the Empire keep having this basically like this continuous rotation of falling and returning, falling and returning, falling and returning type of deal, and he wants to change that. So we kind of get that little bit of knowledge there in this episode versus the previous 5 episodes where we really, we just think, Balin's just kind of this mercenary ex-Jedi that's like mad at the Jedi type of deal. So this kind of gives you a little bit more information where his head is at. And you get a gist of that Hattie, his Padawan. She is kind of not sure of what she wants to do either. You kind of get that feeling with her there a little bit in this episode as well. So after, they wait for a few moments, that's when basically Thrawn shows up and the hugest, biggest Imperial ship that I've seen in the films. And the thing is massive. It's huge, so you can see that he still has kind of like a part of the Empire with him in this exile where he is. And you're just kind of like, whoa, that is like awesome. So they kind of board the ship, and we get kind of like a big procession. We see all these different stormtroopers on the ship. We see servants and stuff like that are on there, and all of a sudden it shows him walking through the kind of like the corridor of all the stormtroopers, walking up to meet Elsbeth, Skull, Hottie, and also Miss Cunt-Face Kit. And so basically he arrives and he makes his grand entrance, and everyone's like in awe. Oh my God. Oh, you can all see it in their eyes. They're like, oh my God, it's Thrawn, and that's not my initial reaction. I was just like,
which is
okay,
wetting
Thrawn.
their panties, man.
Probably, yeah. So of course the Night Sisters, who are aligned with Miss Elsbeth, are the mothers, are there too as well. And he, of course, Thrawn introduces himself and basically, welcomes them and thanks them for finding him, kind of deal. And they kind of, have their conversation of what's going to happen, basically, or at least what Thrawn wants to, tell them, really. He's the last part of the Empire that's still left. Like, he's going to tell them everything, of course, he notices Ren and kind of, ask Skull about what's going on, and that, he promised to help her find Ezra if she came willingly. And Thrawn sees that as an opportunity to basically use her for his advantage, basically. And, after they kind of have their combos, and they basically said, oh yeah, we'll let you go free, Ren. You can go do your thing and look for Ezra. And she's like, kind of like, just like that, I can go. And they're like, yeah, we promise that we allow you to find your friend. Skull promised you that. We'll keep that truth, that guarantee. And so she basically leaves. She gets introduced to this creature thing, which basically is like a mixture of like a dog and a horse, with a little bit of wolf in it, and like alien creature. And I'm just like, this thing is the weirdest freaking thing I've ever seen.
I think it's fucking cool.
and I'm saying weird in a good way. And I'm like, that thing like moves like a horse, but also acts like a dog. I'm just like, what is this thing? Can you give me either one, please? Not like a mixture, but it's an alien planet. So what do you expect? And she gets introduced, like, and that's what she's going to use to ride out to go find Ezra. So before we move on past her leaving, what did you guys think about the Imperial ship? Kind of the introduction to Thrawn popping up, kind of and his grand entrance there. Did you like what he did with the other characters? Did you like how he played it out? Did you find it cool all the stormtroopers had? And what the hell was up with that one gold-faced stormtrooper that he had? That was his like number one. Like that made me think of Big Trouble in Little China. Those golden face guys at the end in the battle when they got those like they're like tiger faces or whatever. That's what it made me think of. That's like,
just one of my many questions.
I'm like, what the hell is this guy? Like, why is this stormtrooper to look like this? This is just weird. And what did you think of how the conversation Ren had and them just letting her go and stuff like that? What was your thoughts kind of on that initial sequence there? Kind of the middle section of the episode. Let's see. Let's start with Jeff this time.
Sorry, I'm not very good at muting. I may be true knowledge, but I can't, I can't be good at everything, unfortunately. Although I can honestly say that my permanent erectile dysfunction has been finally reversed due to Star Wars in general. Just it's between Star Wars, The Last of Us, and The House of Dragon, my penis has regained its non-365 24/7 flaccid state. So it's good for the ladies, good for me. It's hard to jerk off when you have erectile dysfunction.
That's good, Jeff.
Even to Raymond's favorite picture of his hero.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna fucking do it.
Of course. No, big surprise.
Anyways, no, like basically everybody's already said. I think that it's really unfortunate that we lost Ray Stevenson. He did a great job as Balin Skull. I'm assuming that we lose him, and by the end of the season, he obviously if there's a second season, he won't be in it. It's a real loss because he really played the hell out of the character, and he's my Monica Rambeau Award winner right now without question. That's if I had to give that away right now, he's getting it. The Ellsworth character is all right, but it was really interesting seeing that nobody's mentioned seeing the Night Witches in live action. In animation, we've only seen them in animation. Those of you, again, I'm just becoming a Star Wars fan. I'm not even sure. I'm not a veteran like some of the other guests that come on. But I'm like Raymond, is kind of where he's at now, jumping on with the balls of steel and whatnot, reviewing stuff and whatnot. It's kind of new because it's cool. Yeah, no, and I love it where the Mandoverse is going. I mean, Cyber, wouldn't you agree that with the MCU Phase 4 being kind of the way it was, that it's been nice having an injection of new energy with all the Star Wars stuff?
Sure.
Right.
I didn't really feel like it was for the fourth round of MCU films. To me, weren't that horrible. I liked all of them in their own individual way, so I didn't feel as a letdown myself. I just thought that they could have done a little better because of how high caliber the first extension of those 20 films were. And like we've said before, unfortunately, when you hit that caliber of a type of film with Endgame, you just can't recreate it. You just can't, because it was epic in that moment, because you had all that storytelling drawn to that. So like with I feel with it's going to take at least another 3 to 4 towns again, or rows of these films again, to get back to that caliber again, to even reach it to a smidgen of what it was. So I mean, it's I don't give it as much hardship as I feel a lot of the viewers have over the last couple years with Marvel, unfortunately, because I understand that you're in a rebuilding period, and you're gonna have a lot of stuff that people aren't gonna like as much because you're so used to having that particular style of what those first phases were for Marvel. So, I mean, it is nice and fresh to see Ahsoka because out of all the Star Wars stuff, I think that Ahsoka by far has been the most consistent in all its
And the
episodes
hottest.
of being good. That
No,
too.
but Cyber makes a good point though. He really does. In terms of consistency, Andor had. There's a reason why a lot of people stopped watching Andor at episode 2, right? It's because of the slow pace and the fact that Andor was staged in chunks, right? Like that's how it was the story and the episodes were played out. You know, you had arcs that were like 3-episode arcs basically that led up to, like, you know, there was like a 3-2, 3-2, you know, like some the type of formula and whatnot that, you know, that was used with the story, and you had to stick with Andor past episode 2 to really get into Andor and get your action and shit like that and whatnot, right? It was like that. But there's a lot of people who just stopped at episode 2. Ahsoka, the Mandalorian season 3 was a little inconsistent too. I loved it though. I don't. Some people didn't like it or whatever. I thought Mandalorian season 3. I love Bo-Katan, but I get that people get a little bit tired of the Mando shit, and Grogu could die tomorrow, and like I would not complain. You know what I'm saying? Like Grogu could fucking just drop a rock on his ass. I still all the fucking creatures come out of that lake on that fucking planet, on that one planet the armor took them to, right? They do all their ceremonies and shit right by this lake. And there's these fucking huge monsters coming out of it every other day, right? Tarbiza's like, oh, we just followed that bird fucking dinosaur motherfucker to his nest like last time. I'm like, Tar, what's up with that, bitch? Why are you doing your shit? Your practice fighting and shit right next to this lake, right? And Grogu was over here playing with rocks and shit with the Force, and the alligator monster eat his ass. What the fuck?
He's a child, man.
I'm just not a big, huge Grogu fan. I'm sorry, but anyways, back to the actual episode review. It was great seeing the Night Sisters in live action. That was really cool. It's for super big Star Wars fans. I must imagine they like shit a brick. Oh, and I didn't mention it earlier, Cyber, but Ellsworth's ship looked fucking awesome. Flying, it's actually seeing it in action and whatnot. Holy fuck, it looked goddamn good.
Yeah, it's a very interesting looking ship, most definitely. I mean, that O-ring and stuff like that. It's very different than any other Star Wars ship we kind of have seen over the years. Like I said, the thing it references the most to me, when I look at it, it makes me think of in the first film, in Phantom Menace, or I should say Episode 1, the droid ship that the two alien guys there were running before it gets destroyed after Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are on it. That kind of made me think of that ship a little bit. All right. On to Andres. So your thoughts, sir, on the same question.
Yeah, so I mean, Sabine, I don't know what she was thinking. I mean, she knows that, like, come on. Like, she should know, like, she's being played by a Jedi, right? Like, that's maybe one of the flaws here in this episode, that I'm like, how dumb are you? You know, as a Mandalore, like, you should be very smart. The fact that you're with two other Jedis and a witch, right? Like, we have a witch with two other Jedis, right? And you know you're being used. And it's like, why take the risk of, you know, like, I get she wants to see her friend, but it's just a stupid thing to take a risk. And I don't know, that's one of the flawed things about her character and so far her storyline in this series. So it's just very convenient and just, it's so stupid so far. But seeing the mothers, what do you call it, the sister reign or the sisterhood thing was kind of neat. I like their design. Like, they look really creepy. Almost like a Salem witch kind of like sci-fi, which is kind of neat, and they're really cool. I hope we see more of them in the next. Actually, we do see them in episode 7. What I'm saying, I see them next episode 7. You see them; they're cool as well. Hopefully, they don't die towards the end of the series. I think they're great addition to the Star Wars universe. Yeah, the ship. I don't know. I mean, the ship is kind of like the same size as any of the Imperial like fleet. Like the biggest one is the one from Empire Strikes Back, the new one that Vader is in. Like that was the biggest. If we had that, like if they used that, then it's actually a lot bigger than the one we saw. I mean, it's basically the same size as the original ones, but whatever. I mean,
The Superstar Destroyer.
yeah, like Superstar. Yeah, I feel like that's much bigger than the original fleet kind of starships that we usually see. It's the same size, but whatever. But actually, it was kind of cool. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but it was cool. It reminded me of the Return of the Jedi Death Star kind of style, where like half of it was kind of like it wasn't like as finished as some of the Starfleet, like Imperial Starfleet ships. Like it was half like half in construction, like sort of like how the Death Star was in Episode 3 of the Return of the Jedi, Episode 6. My bad, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So that was kind of neat, like design wise, of this Imperial starship that Thrawn has. So it was like very heavily damaged, and so like it had like a very unique aesthetic. Nice shirt, Cypher. I really like that shirt. But yeah. I was like, like, look, I get my Star Wars shirt here. Showing off now. What's going on here? But yeah, and I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say. It was wonderful. It was great. The music, actually, last thing, the music, with Thrawn coming in, that was very good. I don't know if you guys been enjoying the music for the show. The music for the show is really great. One of my favorite Star Wars soundtrack / music. After maybe Episode 1 or Empire Strikes Back, like it's top tier music. I really been enjoying the music. Like when the build up to Thrawn coming into the room, like the music just hits it the right way. I just love it. So yeah, this scene was great. Sabine being stupid as always. Hopefully they make her smart again. Hopefully, but I don't have hope with Sabine as a character. So, and her short hair still bugs me. I mean, like, come on, she was better with the long hair. But anyway, but that's all.
Excellent, thank you, sir. Raymond, same question, sir. Your thoughts?
First off, I gotta ask, what was the question again? I feel like the little asshole back in high school again, because I'm coming in and out, because I'm still watching the fucking episode.
So I was talking. The question was, what were your thoughts on the section of basically Thrawn coming into the picture, his ship, the stormtrooper with the gold face, and leading up to Sabine leaving to go look for her friend, and basically kind of like what she kind of went through and everything like that, with them allowing her just to go free and stuff like that. That little section there of the episode.
Well, one of my questions was, like you said, what the fuck was up with that one stormtrooper with the gold face? But obviously, I mean, we don't have any answers yet. Hopefully, we get that answer as soon as possible. Secondly, that thing that she's writing, that Sabine was writing, I was calling it the werewolf / crocodile / horse / dog, because that's literally what I see in that damn thing. And also, I don't know if this is like, because I'm a huge horror fan, but when I saw the army, first thing that came to my mind was undead stormtroopers, because of the fact that they look completely like they just finished the Clone Wars. You know what I mean? They're completely beaten up, and like some of them have like cracked helmets, cracked everything. So that's what I first thought. And being that there are witches now, I thought, well, okay, that sounds pretty likely. witches. There's Thrawn. Thrawn looks like a blue fucking warlock, high as fuck, but looks like one. So I'm like, okay, maybe the undead troopers can be a thing, because like I said, there's witches, there's space, voodoo magic, whatever. So I'm like, I'm hoping that's true. That would make this much more interesting. And as far as letting Sadine go, I'm not entirely sure what to think about that, because how what's his face, the kind Sith, Skull, how he said that he promised to Sadine that she would get her friend back or whatever. I feel like how we've been saying that he's not entirely, committed to the whole Sith thing. So I feel like that's like the Jedi in him actually keeping his word. And at the same time, he's also working on his plans. And last thing, oh no, actually two things. The thing the gold-faced trooper says to her before she leaves, correct me if I misunderstood, but did he tell her die well?
Correct.
Yes.
Right? I was like, okay.
Yes. By the way, I love that line. That's my favorite line.
I thought that was great.
It's supposed to be like a warrior's line.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was hilarious. I sometimes pull that off. I don't say die well. I say die because anybody can easily mistake it for bye because they rhyme, right?
Yes.
And also exactly, and also was not expecting the giant fucking sea snail from Moana's little minions to come out and here out as well. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I call them the turtles. These turtle.
I thought turtles too, but then the eyes popped out. Okay, like those are fucking snail eyes.
I call it snail turtles or snail turtles.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yeah,
oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, then
No.
I'm too ahead.
Okay.
sorry. Like I said,
It's
I'm
all
coming
good.
in and out. I'm coming in and out.
There we go. Excellent, Raymond. Thank you. Jay Rent, your thoughts, sir?
The ship that Ron has is it's just a regular Star Destroyer, but it has the Chimera underneath it, and that's what the ship is called, is the Chimera. The Raymond brought up a very good point that a lot of people have talked about, is that the stormtroopers could all be dead. They could be just zombie troopers. That's something that they are implementing.
Fingers crossed on that.
With the witches. Do you remember when in the the episode with what is it, Morak or Modoc or whatever his name is, that Ahsoka smoked, like in that 2 episodes ago?
Oh yeah, the Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor. So do you remember when she killed him? Like this, almost like looks like a spirit came out of him before he vanished, or his body fell out of the slash. So there's a lot of speculation that this army could be a dead army. The whole thing with the gold on them and the gold on the ship is like it's supposed to represent like it was damaged, it was defeated, but the gold is supposed to make it better. So now it's better. I was normal before, but now I'm better. Is what the gold is supposed to represent. And the Balin's character, he's not a Sith, he's not a Jedi. He's something in between. He doesn't have a label. So his agenda, from what I see, is not necessarily one that matters what happens to them there. He states, and I think that maybe that episode, that he hears something calling to him. So he's he's not too worried about leaving that place. I think the apprentice is, still listens to him, and she probably wants to be more part of the empire than maybe he does. But I don't think he's like for either or side. He's on his side, and whatever really goes with which direction that he's trying to go. And a lot of it is Thrawn wanting to leave. He makes that comment too about, why are they why are you not worried about getting stuck here? And he's like, well, maybe they're fleeing from a power that's greater than them, and I hear those things, and I see other videos, and those are like hints to me. Those are hints that there's something else, and Sabine's character, she's we already know from the first episode that she doesn't think. So we know her character is what do you call it? They just go on a when they just impulsive. We know her character is impulsive and doesn't think. So for them saying, yeah, go ahead, you help my cause, they explained it. He's like, you help my cause, now I'm gonna help yours. If her character is dumb enough to think that they wouldn't follow her and get it, then that's what they're doing. They just made her character dumb, and that's okay. I can accept it because she's already made all of those mistakes throughout this whole, from day one, taking the orb to letting them take the orb, to just listening. So she's impulsive and dumb, but maybe through time we'll see her character develop into someone who's wiser and smarter. And Enoch, his character is pretty cool looking. It looks like a gladiator. He's got a real gladiator look to him. So, Enoch's an interesting name from the Bible as well. I don't know what the correlation there yet is. I haven't looked into that, but thought his character was very cool looking. That always in Star Wars they give us some unique looking type of character with a different helmet, and this is the one. I thought it was MODOK or Morok or whatever it was, but it's definitely this one for sure.
I don't know why you keep mentioning MODOK. That's Marvel, sir.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Cool. It's cool. It's
what I'm talking about.
The Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor, yeah, but is it Enoch? What is it?
It's Enoch or something.
Enoch is actually the first name of the attorney that I hired to sue Magnum condoms because they wouldn't fit me. Raymond, you know what I'm saying? You see me in the store, but I was like I was puzzled.
Oh God! Please no! Oh, please no! Hold on.
You had something else you wanted to say,
his name is Morok.
Jeff?
Yes. No, J-Ray makes a really good point. There's a lot to talk about in this episode. There really is. And this kind of ties into what I was talking about earlier with Sabine and the actress portraying Sabine, is that they're making it too easy for her. That's the thing about it, is that like literally when Sabine takes on that fucking gang of whatever the fuck they are. Are we that far into the episode?
No.
Those Ravager. Oh, we're not. Okay. Well, either way, it's like, how is she a Jedi that the Dark Sisters need to like put on? Which, don't get me wrong, that harness shit through the disc was dope as shit, but still though, how is she a Jedi? Like, I get why Jason is a Jedi, Jason Jr. I get why why because of Commander Sandula and his father Jason that died in Rebels, right? That he would have the Force powers, whatnot, and everything. But why the fuck? Sabine's a Mandalorian. She has no hereditary, disposition or whatever, whatnot, that would lend towards the Force. If anything, Mandalorians are known to not be. There's only been one Mandalorian that has ever been a Jedi, other than fucking Grogu, who could die tomorrow, right? With his fucking like little Mandalorian outfit.
He's just a child, Jeff.
Well, whatever. I think honestly, if they should throw. I'm gonna be reviewing Chucky season 3 with Andres. Thanks Andres for sticking me with fucking Chucky. I'm just kidding, motherfucker. But I
just
wish
finished season 2.
Andres, maybe we should get Cyber on that shit. Oh shit. Anyways, it'd be so dope if they would put Grogu and fucking Chucky together.
I'm down for
That'd be dope.
And
I'm
what do you
telling
want
you.
them to do? Fuck each other?
No, it'd be interesting team up, like the two of them. But no, basically, I feel like they're making it too easy for her, and basically the character's not playing it, not being portrayed at the same level, and is not being acted at the same level as all the other characters, basically in the shit. It's that simple. Out of all the other main characters, there's even secondary characters that are being out acted. Right. The only complaint I have is that I was really hardcore into basically Balin's Padawan, what's her name, Sihati, but basically and that's Natasha Liu, of course, Natasha Liu Bordizzo that plays Sabine Wren, but the actress that's playing the character of Shinhati, unless it's the writing too, she was really kicking my ass the first couple of episodes. I'm like, damn, I like her. But now in this last 2 that she's talking more, I'm losing a little bit of that luster for the character, right? But maybe they'll come back in episode 7 and 8. I'm not sure. She hasn't had that many speaking lines, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we don't know. There's some interesting build up there that I'm looking forward to seeing, as far as her storyline. But no, I just feel like it's just again, and what's up with the gold face Enoch dude, bro? Why wouldn't you just get a boxing tank like me? Now your whole Tinder profile's gonna be fucked up with that gold face shit. Come on.
There you go, folks. Thank you, Jeff. Excellent. Good job, sir. And just to go back to your question about the budget, sir, basically what they're saying is they haven't gave exact numbers, but they're saying it's around 150 million that it costs to make this film, to make this series.
For Goldface Trooper?
Yeah, just for the Goldface Trooper, yes. And basically they were saying that this definitely had a higher budget than Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan cost 136 million to make. So
Andor was
saying that it was, So I mean, this was a big budget series too as well. I mean, because you had Ray Stevenson, you had Rosario Dawson, you had the gal that played Hera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I mean, these are all big names.
Yes.
In the industry, so they're going to cost money. Plus, also we've seen how good the special effects have been in this. So I mean, that too, they put a lot of money into that as well. So it's around 150 million. They say it could be even higher. It could be close to 200 million. They said, but no exact numbers have been given by anybody. But yeah, that's what it's about. And then averaging, this is actually, they say it's about 39% lesser than Mandalorian season 3. And 50% less viewership than Obi-Wan was. So this doesn't have the hugest numbers. It did get like 1.2 million views for its first episode, like in the first 5 days. But other than that, the viewership on this has been pretty average. It's been a little lower than those two shows. But otherwise than that, it's been pretty decent. Just to kind of answer that question that you asked earlier, Sir Jeff. All right. All right. So, like I said, where I left off, Sabine has just left with her alligator, horse, wolf, dog creature thing.
Werewolf.
Can someone tell what is that fucking thing called? Andres, did you notice? Didn't they say what that thing was?
A howler.
A howler, yeah.
It's a howler.
Hence a werewolf. Come on.
Yeah. So she's on her howler, and she gets to a certain spot. She stops. She gets off the howler. The howler runs away, and then all of a sudden, these people out of nowhere come out and start attacking her. And she starts shooting with her gun, hiding behind boulders and stuff like that. And as she's doing that, she's keep using the blasters. She gets kind of beat up a little bit. She beats them up a little bit. Kind of goes back and forth a little bit until finally her gun is kicked away from her. and then she pulls out her lightsaber and starts going to town on them, and ends up, basically kicking their ass, finish them off. She starts making her way again, and that's when the Howler comes back, and she starts yelling at it, going, "Hey, you ran away, you coward," and stuff like that. And of course, the creature's acting like a dog. Like, it's a shame that, yes, it knows it ran away. And you have kind of this funny moment there where it shows the Howler walking back and forth, following her. And then all of a sudden she's like, "No, you go back." And he moves and goes out of frame. And then all of a sudden, as she walks out of the frame, he starts walking back behind her. And eventually she gets to a new spot where there's all these rocks and stuff like that on the ground. And he comes trotting up. He's like, "Okay, you can stay, but you can't run away again." And he kind of does a thing to make it like he agreed. And he's sniffing around. She's like, "Okay." And she gets back up on top of him. She starts riding him a little more, and he's sniffing. And basically he ends up taking her to this spot where there's more rocks and there's some water there. And he starts sipping the water. And my dog got stuck in my cat. What? How is that even possible? Anyways,
that's rare.
That is very rare. I mean, this must be a huge cat. Anyways,
my dog got stuck in my cat again.
I mean, it was more like again, werewolf meets alligator meets dog meets cat. Like, it was a mixed match of both.
And hopefully your dog and cat will make one of these fucking howlers.
That's
yeah,
true.
most definitely.
Yeah.
So they get to that spot. The Howler is drinking some water, and then all of a sudden they notice the Howler starts to sniff around and notices one of the rocks is weird, snips it, and all of a sudden it starts to move. And next thing we know, we're introduced to fucking a crab. That's my first thought. Hermit crab was the first thought that came to mind when these things popped up.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly didn't come from under the sea.
Crab
people. Sebastian. It's not Sebastian. But yeah, so it pops up and it starts talking in this weird language. Sabine's trying to talk to it, and it's making all its noises. And the first thing that came to mind for me after I was kind of a friend of mine was looking over my shoulder when I was watching it for a second. He's like, totally makes me think of the Ewoks. And then as I was listening to the characters talk, I'm like, holy crap, that sounds just like the damn Ewoks. I'm like, so this thing is talking like an Ewok, but looks like a hermit crab, snail, turtle. I mean, this thing I was like, what the hell is this thing? Okay, is this the new Baby Yoda or something? Is this the new creatures that we're getting, the new Chewies or something? And so it's talking to her. And she's trying to figure out, what she's what it's trying to tell her. And she keeps saying it, Ezra. And then after all of a sudden the little creature notices her Mandalorian thing, her symbol. And he all of a sudden pulls out this necklace that has a Mandalorian symbol on it. And
it was the rebel symbol.
Or rebel symbol, sorry. Yep. And she's like, "Ezra, you've seen him? You know him?" And so he's like, basically he says, "Follow me," basically. And so he ends up taking her and the Howler to this place after he's gathered his other crab, snail, turtle gang with him. Ewok sounding motherfuckers. And
cowabunga, bro.
Yeah, cowabunga. And they start traveling, and she's following them along with the Howler, and they get to this place where there's kind of like a campment and all this kind of stuff. And there we are introduced to Ezra finally. So we find out Ezra is alive, and he sees Sabine, and they run up to each other and happy to see each other and hug and all this kind of stuff. And she's like, "How'd you find me?" And she's like, "I really don't want to talk about it right now. I just want to be happy I found you." And he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to get off of this horrible planet." And she kind of thinking to herself, "Oh crap, I think we're stuck here." And basically they kind of leave it at that for them. And as they're kind of coming together, that's when we go back to Balin and Haiti for a moment. And they have found the campsite where she took down those other people, those creatures, whatever they are. They were some sort of they kind of made me think of like a version of Tusken Raiders. I know they don't look like them or anything, but I was like in my mind I was thinking they're kind of like the Sand People. They're kind of like a creature like that living on this planet. And so they find it there and they say that, basically Hattie's like, oh, was this, Ezra's thing? And he's like, no, definitely not Ezra. He's too young. And, this is definitely Sabine's work. And he's like, he's surprised that these guys didn't kill her. And he's like kind of shocked by it. You could see that in his expression in his face and stuff like that. And, he's kind of like, oh, we got to move on and, find her. And so basically, that's when, Skull senses that there's a greater power that's on Peridia, in that sequence too as well. That there's definitely something else here besides Ezra and Sabine. There's definitely something else going around here. And basically, he feels like he's basically anticipating the arrival of Ahsoka, basically, because I'm sure that's what he's kind of thinking, that she's somehow survived.
The disturbance of the Force.
Basically,
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, so basically, then after that, that's when we go back to Thrawn, who's talking to Elsbeth, and basically, her and him have this conversation about how, details of her history of what has happened with her since trying to come find him, and that basically telling her kind of like his agenda and kind of what they're going to do, and that basically she needs to take care of this mess that she's brought to him before they leave the planet. And basically that's where it leaves it off. So what did you guys think about kind of the conclusion of the episode? What did you think about the Howler? What did you think about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, snail, crab, Ewok creatures? And what were your thoughts on meeting Ezra? What did you think about Ezra, the actor? Like, how did you feel? Like, did you think he did a decent job in this little time he had on screen? What did you think about the fight sequence with Sabine and those like Tusken Raider type like guys? And what did you think about kind of that final conclusion with Thrawn and with Balin and his Padawan? Just kind of your overall thoughts on that. Let's start with Raymond.
I have to kind of wind right back because when y'all were just like going at Sadine, I think y'all underestimate her, and I don't know. It's because like I feel like this connection with the Mandalorians, but I feel like she has her own little plan as well. And how y'all are saying that that they kind of like dumbed her down. I feel like there's more to that. Like she's doing all this on purpose. But anyways, as far as the Ezra character, not too crazy about it, because like I said, not exactly new to Star Wars. I mean, new to Star Wars, but I don't know, just there's nothing very exciting to me about that, other than like, oh, she found him, and like obviously she felt something for the guy, so okay, good for her. And as far as the Howler, like I said, I'm hoping the dog cat incident, I hope to get one soon here in real time. And as far as those, what were you calling them, turtles or whatever? I'm still calling them that the giant snail from Moana's Minions. If y'all seen Moana, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
And
that's Andreas's favorite film, and he masturbates to it.
Whoa!
No, he masturbates to the noti. That's what they're called, Raymond. The noti.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
it's Tafiti. It's Tafiti. I know. She's got the curves. It's the island thing.
No. I perform those things watching Basic Instinct. That's my pleasure film to watch. So I want to make that very clear, but the audience,
to Michael Douglas.
Yes. Come on, like who in God's name curse at their therapist. It's like, oh hey, I miss I mean, sex with you. You're so long. I'm like, what the heck? It's like
That's it, Andres. Cyber Basic Instinct just went on the list for next year for 2024, folks. We got to do it. We've done Sharon Stone, but we have not done any Michael Douglas yet.
oh my god, we need to do Michael Douglas. Like this guy has the worst dating, disclosure, fatal attraction.
Raymond,
Basically,
J-Ron, what's up? You know we do movie reviews, right? I'm just fucking with you, J-Ron. I know you've done movie reviews with us and whatnot, but Raymond, what's up, booze and show, motherfucker? Are you too drunk to do movie reviews nowadays, or what?
No, I actually do movie reviews at my channel as well.
Well, what the fuck, man? Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, I did the.
I know you do, brother. I'm messing with you. That's why I'm asking you in the private chat.
Fucking guy.
I see your shorts and everything, whatnot. I know what you've been doing, man, and everything, whatnot. That's why I was telling you in the private chat to tell me what you wanted to pull up because I know you've been doing some movie reviews and whatnot. I've seen your shit.
All right. Anything else there, Raymond?
I was still watching the episode while you guys were, mentioning y'all's thing. So because of that, I couldn't quite hear the last conversation between Thrawn and Morgan. I guess my question is, what the fuck was going on there? Because I wasn't able to hear that conversation.
So basically, Thrawn was telling her exactly what the plan was, and that she needed to take care of Balin and Haiti and the Jedis before they leave the planet.
Oh,
and that's
okay.
where they kind of leave it off. They don't like finish. He gave sort of basic kind of directive, and then it ends the episode.
Oh, okay. So, and how you mentioned how Thrawn made kind of like he made this face like he sensed something, and how we mentioned that the Force disturbance in the Force. He senses Ahsoka coming into the planet, and as far as Thrawn's plans on having Morgan take care of the Jedi, you know that also involves Skull as well. Because if he is as smart and clever as Jeff described him, he already sees Skull fucking up his plans. And like I said, Sidine also has her own plans as well. Like, there's no way in hell that she, like, just make, like how you guys were saying, it was too easy. It was way too easy how she just willingly went with Skull and Morgan. Because I know because she's
Raymond, I don't mean to cut you off, but as J-Ran already said, when you'll end up eventually watching Rebels, you'll end up watching Clone Wars, and you'll understand that Sabine is just impulsive. That's why they knew that Thrawn knew that she'd find Ezra. That you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't know where Ezra was. He knew that just through sheer will of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what she is. She's a Mandalorian, and they're all into, like,
she's also
the way
a Jedi.
Quasi
or trained to be a Jedi.
Yes.
So I think that's kind of like her Mandalorian reflexes kind of like kicking in, which is why I'm saying, like, she has a plan. She has a backup plan. She's not gonna say it, but I know she kind of does. I can fucking see it. There's one thing that I'm good at is fucking reading people's fucking faces. She's like Skull, like, it's obvious. It's like in every Disney cartoon. You know who's the bad guy, you know who's the good guy just by looking at their fucking face. This is exactly what's going on here. But that's really all I gotta say. Like, she's gonna throw down. She's gonna throw down.
Awesome. Thank you, Raymond. All right. Mr. Joey, Mr. J-Rant, your thoughts, sir?
As far as with, like, the conclusion, right? Just like the whole episode in general?
Yeah, the whole conclusion. Just basically the conclusion of the episode.
Conclusion of the episode. I enjoyed it. I liked the new planet Peridia. I enjoyed Thrawn. I enjoyed Enoch. I like the story to build up. I definitely see that there's so much story here for them to like branch off of for a season for season 2. Like there's just so much they can do, so much money they can make off of this because of how well it's doing. Why end it on the next episode next week, or the 2 episodes from this one? I don't really have any complaints. I've enjoyed every single episode, even the ones that are just building up story. I never really cared for like the defenseless characters that I always put in Star Wars. Like in this case, it's those little the little crab people that y'all mentioned, and they're
fillers.
They're filler characters, yeah. But a lot of their filler characters are like always someone defenseless. Someone defenseless needs protecting, And then Ezra, his character is pretty cool. His character, is anybody who's excited for Ezra is someone who's watched like the Clone Wars and is excited to see him in live action. And that's why they like Ahsoka, and that's why they like Thrawn. Is because they get to see these characters that they probably watch when they were younger, because a lot of these Clone War episodes came out 5+ years ago, and now watching it as a live action, it is probably really cool to them. It's a different age group, and for me, I watched the Clone Wars because I just like the filler in betweens for the movies. It doesn't do a lot for me, but I do like it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We get to see the cartoon characters, live action. We get to see them like if they were a person. And another thing that I was going to mention about all of this is that they're doing something new. It's really great, and I think the next episode, when you do the next one, it gives us more information on the characters. It builds up, and they're doing it in a way that they are doing it slow, so that way you can like the character and not rush the character into like giving you telling you what he is, but making you see how he is. Kind of like the way some of the old ones that you just kind of like grow on. They grow on you. That's their character. They're different. And that's pretty much it. I was fine with it.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Jeff, your thoughts, sir, on the end of the episode?
I think Raymond makes a good point that you need to flush the whole season out before I shouldn't judge Cuntface, Kit, Sabine, because who knows? No, seriously, I mean, maybe the actress is pulling her punches on purpose, right? But I mean, inserting the Ninja Turtle motherfuckers up in there, though, I don't know why that had to happen. Really, I mean, like the Tusken motherfuckers, like, I get that, like that was cool. That made me want to bust out my Tusken outfit for when I moderate next week, right? Which I did grab at my parents' house. I got it for that's I got once I saw the episode. I saw them Tusken Raider looking motherfuckers. I'm like, you know what? I got to moderate this week in full costume as my Tusken Raider translator outfit. So that alone should be a reason for you, J-Rent and Raymond, to want to come on potentially. I'm just gonna be here in the year 2053, and no, all I got to say is my final critique is just that welcome, glad everybody for supporting us with the Bleeding Edge, and thanks to everybody in the panel and whatnot for kicking ass and having me on there with you. When you guys don't have Bata tanks like I do, so you can catch up some like side herp off me, like you end up with some pig guy shit like Thrawn. You know what I mean? Good thing we got the internet going. So that guest panel shit can be a little rough, but no, I'm just saying I appreciate all of you out there, and we should all get together after this shit's over and talk about fucking like the whole series, man, because this is a great series collectively. It really is. Some people literally think it's. I mean, it's the best, one of the best series that Disney Plus has done.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Andreas, your thoughts on the conclusion of the episode, sir?
Yeah, that's a good conclusion. I mean, I mean, to take us to plot A, B, and C, so that's what they did. So I get what they're gonna do next episode. I seen this next episode. I thought next episode was better than this episode. So yeah, um, the whole Sabine thing. I mean, I I think it's always been it's kind of weird. I just wish we know like what it means not to be a Jedi. You know, like okay, like do you have the Force or not? You know, and I think with Sabine, it's kind of weird. Like does she have like is she Force sensitive as a lot of Star Wars experts say or whatnot? You know, and I get she's a Mandalore, but I don't understand the Mandalore mythos either. So again, like be consistent about what you be showing me or showing the audience about this universe with the Mandalore history and the lore from the the other show and whatnot. So, but we'll see. Ezra, I like the actor. I think he looks like a spitting image of the character. They got the eyes right, I guess. That sounds good. Um, yeah, the snail Ninja Turtles reminded me so much of the Last Jedi Pogs. We called them whatever, but they were better. I mean, they were better than the Ewoks. I'll take them over the Ewoks any day. Just I cannot stand those teddy bear creatures that literally defeat the Empire in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So, but yeah, so yeah, I seen episode 7. I know what's going on. I think that episode's better than this episode, but overall, it's a good conclusion. I mean, it's nothing bad. I think it's just taking us where we're going to see now for the next episode. So, but yeah.
I only have one
Excellent.
complaint though.
Yeah.
Not enough Ahsoka.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
did
only
rewatch.
complaint.
Yeah, my rewatch today before the show, I forgot. Yeah, like she was barely here, but we see her more in next episode, so that's good.
I need to catch on for that one, man.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you. So let's just go around, give our ratings, and then we'll give our plugs and get the hell out of here. Andres, how about you start us off with the rating, sir?
Oh, sure. Okay. So this is a tough one. I'll give it 8 out of 10. I mean, it was a good episode. I mean, it's the middle chapter of the series so far. And, like we got 2 more episodes. This just has to bring everything together. Bring the big bad guy we know, like he's introduced here. Getting Sabine to be there. To be Ezra. All that. So like we need to get that out of the way for the next episode to be great, and then the season finale in general. So, but it's a good episode. It's not the best out of the 5 episodes we have. I mean, it doesn't beat for me episode 4. It doesn't beat episode 4 or episode 1 and 2. So it's low tier for me, but it's a 8 out of 10 is good. So that's my ranking for this episode.
Excellent. Raymond, what would you give a rating, sir? 1 to 10.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Andres. It was good because, again, coming from a huge horror fan, that werewolf crocodile horse thing, the possible, I really hope it's possible, the undead stormtroopers. I really would love that. The fact that there's now witches in space now, that's fucking awesome. And my only thing, again, because I'm kind of still learning this Admiral Thrawn, again, how Jeff described him, he's like the big bad. He's finally introduced, so hopefully he really puts up like how Jeff put him, because again, I'm not very familiar with the character, but he seems like he knows what he's doing, he knows what he wants. And I mean, then he's got the witches and Morgan, which is also a witch. So he's got like 4 witches and an entire undead stormtrooper army, hopefully. So the only thing that that's the biggest part for me, and I hope we see Sadine's plans unravel, because I know she's gonna fuck shit up. Probably, possibly a lot more than Skull. Skull's character just seems a little bit what's the word? Where he just seems disposable. That's the word. He seems a little disposable to me. Because again, he's playing the Sith, but again, he doesn't seem the type, and he shows weakness. He's nothing like any other Sith that we've seen in any of the movies or any of the shows. So that's why, to me, he's probably going to be one of the first ones to go. And just like top of my head, I think it might even be the Padawan that fucking knocks her out, because like I think Jeff might have said this, where she seems like more power hungry than possibly the witches, Morgan. So I can see that happening, and I can't wait to see some more lightsaber fighting and some more of Ahsoka's fine saber. I meant to say saber. Not anything else.
Sure thing. I think I know what you were gonna say. It was like share the UTT, maybe? I don't know.
Her hair. It's awesome.
Hair. Whoa.
Well, whatever it is.
I mean, tail, snake tail, hair, whatever you want to call it. I thought it was more the butt you were going to say.
Testicles. I mean tentacles.
I'd rather bang Commander Syndulla personally.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
The plot of Ahsoka. I saw that somewhere. Someone made a meme out of it. But yeah, you're right, Jeff. You're right.
Yeah, thank you, Raymond. Good job, sir. J Rant, your rating, sir.
It's a good episode. They're all good episodes. I would say it's at least an 8, for sure.
Joey laughs first before he says it, because he knows that like I'm gonna be like crying inside and shit when not if he drops some like 4.75 shit. Like he does like he always does on me. Like when I come in on some 10 shit on some episodes. Shit,
I'm not afraid
like,
to.
I'll give it a 5. So
I'm not afraid to give those low ratings. I like handing those out. I got plenty of them. Raymond, also, just so you know, on the for the Thrawn, his character, they made a whole like trilogy about him after the Return of the Jedi. But they're in novels, and obviously, most of us, I haven't read them personally either, but his character is supposed to be a big deal. So like now you're going back to like the older generation of people who may know or read these novels. It could be a big deal for them too, to see that character now finally be played out after the Return of the Jedi. So it kind of has a lot of things for kind of almost every generation of Star Wars fan in a way. Even the Phantom Menace ones, because of Hayden Christensen. So there's a whole lot that's brought to this series that makes it really good on there. But that's the thing, is his character is supposed to be a badass character. They dedicated a whole trilogy to him on there.
What books you said, right?
Yeah, it's called the Thrawn trilogy, and it's called Heir to the Empire. And they literally said that too. Heir to the Empire.
Heir to the Empire. No, and that's what I was talking about earlier with the YouTube. They have those, Joey. They have them on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I'll put the link up in the group thing and whatnot on Facebook. They have all of them. They have all 3 novels in animated version, or like on YouTube. They're fan-made. But they're animated
pictures. I love pictures, moving pictures.
They have the comic books too. They have the comic book storyline too of him being discovered by the Empire and everything and whatnot, right? Because he's from the Forbidden Zone base. He is his race is from out there.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but if you don't want to read the books, just use Audible. That's the easy way to read now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Audible.
Yeah.
The technology is there. You're right.
Yeah, technology. We'll do without them.
The
Or
only way,
I'll just have ChatGPT do it for me.
yeah, and the only way the character wouldn't look good. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I was gonna say this real quick. The only way Thrawn's character will not be good is if the Disney messes it up, because his character is supposed to be a badass character. So if he's not, it's not because of his character, it's because they didn't make his character right. But they're doing so far. It's pretty good.
Noted.
All right, thank you, J-Ram. All right, Jeff, your rating, sir, and take us out.
9.50. And I just want to point out that I'm not gonna. This is gonna be a new feature or whatever. But when I'm on this is once on the panel, I'm gonna call it out. J-Rat, you killed it on this episode review, bro. Like legit, dude. You've been killing it all throughout the whole review. You've been fucking just straight dropping dope shit left and right. So hats off to you, bro. Way to come prepared and whatnot, ready to fucking rock, man. You know what I'm saying? We all have our good nights and our bad nights, right? But like you handle your business tonight without question. So appreciate you, man. But no, you made me want to bounce off a lot of shit, which is why we're gonna have to talk later on. But same thing with you, Raymond, in the future and whatnot, about other Star Wars shit and whatnot. Maybe we could do together and collaborate on. But before, I don't want to take up too much time, but J-Rat mentioned right in the beginning something very important, that this is just the forbidden area of space. That's within their universe, but they don't. It's not. This isn't some multiverse shit like the MCU. So like they're totally. I love that they have that. It's sort of differentiation or whatever you want to call it. I can't use the word. That separation from Marvel and from the MCU, where this isn't multiversal, right? It just takes a long fucking way. It's hard to fucking get to this place because it's so far fucking away, right? That you need some super powered shit or some like crazy, purple whale type motherfuckers, which of course, somebody has rode them, because in Star Wars, everybody can ride everything at some point, right? A mythosaur, fucking whatever. You know what I'm saying? You ride a Purgle. There you go. Either way, see. Now the witches, the Soul Sister witches, the night witches, they produce Dark Jedi. So they what I'm saying? So they don't care about the Empire, and they don't care about what goes on between them. They are also like they are off the grid, but they do their own shit. They're not even concerned. That's where of course where Darth Maul comes from, is from the Night Sisters, him and his brother. But and then also well, that's basically it. I just wanted to correlate that the Dark Witches, they're not. They don't really have a side either. They kind of are. They're with the Dark Order, the Dark Jedi. It surprised me that I still think it was weird that they lassoed up Sabine. I don't see where they're going with that, because again, she's wielded the Darksaber before. She's good with the saber, and she was very tactical, like Thrawn almost. In fact, I did it on purpose when she took on those Tusken Raider motherfuckers in the desert or whatever. There before she saw third version of Jesus over there, Ezra. Literally, like she waited to bust her saber out until all the blaster fighting was over, purposely, right? She waited until it went hand to hand before she busted the saber out. That's why she stuck with the blasters at first and then go right to the saber. She can use the saber, but like that was strategic on her part. So again, hats off to Raymond, because she does have game. Like, she can think on her feet and whatnot. She's off the cuff. She's no Bo-Katan though. But no, Raymond, you gotta get out of here, right, brother?
Yeah, sorry, I gotta go be dad right now.
No, you're fine, man. Go be a dad, brother. We need dads, brother.
Sorry, I gotta rush out though.
No, you're okay, man. Hey, just come back, brother. Booze up, folks. Booze and chill, motherfucker. It's that simple. That's how I know him, Raymond. You'll come back on, and then you'll do your plugs.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, brother.
Yeah, it's like you said, just booze and chill. All socials: Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Patreon. If you want to support the channel, You get a lot of good behind the scenes stuff. Currently having issues right now, but I'm working on it. But yeah, there's some good stuff in there.
I mean, I've got you pulled up right here. I just didn't know if you wanted me to pull up or not. You're right there, bruh.
Oh yeah, there I am.
There you go. There you go, folks.
Yes. Yeah, I talked about Chucky too.
There you go. And you know what? Honestly, Raymond, you're doing a great job on your thumbnails, and we all have issues, man. Believe me, like there's always bullshit. Believe me, we all know how it is.
Yeah. Sorry about that again.
No problem, brother. Hey, listen. No, it was good to see you, man. It's been a long time. It's been what? Since what was the last time you reviewed something with us or whatever? What on the bleeding edge? Can't even remember.
Shit, no. I have a horrible memory.
What was it? The Mandalorian? No.
No. Shit, honestly, I do not remember.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been that long.
It's been that long. It might have been our last MCU, some of the MCU that we covered. But all right, Raymond. Who's that? J-Rant. What do you want me to pull up for you on you, J-Rant, post-wise? Oh, and Raymond, have a good night, sir. It was good to see you.
I'll talk to you soon. For having me, J-Rant, Andre,
nice meeting you, man. Take it easy.
Nice to meet you.
Jeff.
Have a good night.
All right, Raymond. Appreciate you, man. Mr. J-Rant, 2000, sir. Would you want me to put up your Facebook page? You want me to put up your podcast on a certain specific platform?
Start with my nipples.
Okay, we can start with that.
I'm just kidding. Oh, you can pull up. You can just pull up the page. You know, the good old Facebook page. It's good enough.
All right, no problem. He's a humble guy over here, J-Rant, over at A Podcast Odyssey.
At the Podcast Odyssey, yeah. Currently, right now in the process of trying to get a list of things I want to do right now. So hopefully by next week I'll have some topics in line to get back on track. Taking a little break right now. You know, I think it's been about 3 weeks. Ooh. So about a month. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've done a show. So, you know, right now I'm taking a break. I got things to do here. But I'll be, you know, getting back on the saddle and ready to go by especially by October. That's a good month. It's a good month. But you can find me on Facebook, like you pulled up, Spotify, Apple, many of the other Podbean, other podcast networks. So easy to find. J-Rant 2000 Podcast Odyssey.
There you go. I'm sorry about that, J-Rant. You know, honestly, being like out, you know, not in my studio area and whatnot and everything. I'm not, my setup's not like it usually is. You know what I'm saying? You see me having to bend and move and shit and whatnot. You know, I don't have my chair swiveling and all that. So I apologize. My plug game is a little bit off, brother.
Nah, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. You don't have to apologize to me.
Well, hey, let me know when you're ready to rock in October, man, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there'll be plenty of us to talk about. We can talk about Ahsoka, do some kind of, recap kind of deal for the series.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, you know, trying to finish out the last 2 episodes of if I can. I definitely will. I wanted to do the previous episode because I love that episode. Was an awesome episode, and I would have liked to have done that one, but I was sick and I just wasn't feeling well, and I unfortunately the day that I did want to do with you guys, I just couldn't, you know. But a lot better, and I was like, you know what, I want to see what you guys are doing this one, and I want to be a part of it, you know.
Thank you, man. We really appreciate that. Like, seriously, man, that's very kind of you, J-Rant. And like, honestly, dude, we'd be honored to have you on the last 2 episode review. So if you can make them, brother, you feel up to it. Schedule, come on.
Yeah, if I can do it next week on the next episode, and especially for the finale, for the final one, shit, I'll be more than happy to do it.
I'll put you down, brother.
Cool. Yeah, just keep me posted.
No problem, sir. No problem. We appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
All right, J-Rant 2000. We'll talk to you later, man.
As well. Yeah.
Cyber, the best.
We'll see you later, man. Thank you for inviting me. Jeff, same as well. Y'all have a good night.
Certainly, sir.
Good night, brother.
Good night.
No problem, sir. Take care. All right. Let's do Andre's next, and then we'll go to Cyberneticshark. And, folks, well, I've been talking about it, but I just want to make it clear. TrueKnowledge, Jeff has TrueKnowledge with $. Add the $sign specifically because I'm finally taking a break from my meth fentanyl experimentation, sociological experiment I've been doing, to the point where I'm physically capable and mentally with it enough to finally do my 1000K giveaways. And I've added some interesting stuff. We're actually going to go ahead and give away some actual tangible items on top of actual Amazon gift cards. So just to be clear to my good friends and fellow content creators here, and Mr. Omni's Pop Culture Guy on Cyberneticshark, 1000K subscribers, bitch, is going down by the end of the year. It's that simple. We got goodies to give away, and it's going down. It's that simple. And yes, I'm doing Chucky season 3 with Andres, the Pop Culture Guy. I'm one of his 2 YouTube channels. I'm not sure which. So what's up, Andres? What we got, bro? What we got?
Well, I hope you're done. I can talk now. Hello, everyone. My name is Ray Diaz. I'm up to 808 subscribers today, which is good. I want to thank everyone today, supporting me and the MCU Bleeding Edge community. So just hit the subscribe button and hit that like button. That's all I'm asking. But yeah, so yesterday I put out my last part of the X-Men comic line that I did. Today I'm gonna put a video very soon. It's another birthday tribute to one of my favorite actors or actresses. Birthday today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna put Oppenheimer, Andreas Pop Culture Talk tomorrow, so you can listen to a expert of the podcast of Oppenheimer, where me and Chris talked about Oppenheimer for a full hour. So check it out for that tomorrow. And yeah, just getting ready to wrap up things for September and get ready to put more content in October, which is going to be exciting because the Halloween season, so which is awesome. But yeah, so thanks everyone for supporting my channel. So big announcement. Me and Jeff are going to do Chucky season 3. We were supposed to do it either in the Monday MCU Bleeding Edge report, but this didn't make sense, so we're going to do it on my channel, Andreas Pop Culture Talk. So we're going to discuss the 4 episodes going to air from October 4th to October 25th. And just a reminder, because of the actor strike, they didn't film the other 4/5 episodes. So we're going to have the 2 split parts of season 3. So we're going to, so 4 episodes are going to be airing this month and this year. And then the second half is going to air in 2024. But we don't know what month, or it's been science right now. So we'll learn more about that after the actor strike gets a deal, because the writer strike got a deal this week. That's been a big deal. So yeah, so I'm excited. Love Chucky. I seen season 2 of Chucky. It was pretty good. I thought it was okay. But yeah, so excited. So thank you everyone from the MCU Bleeding Edge. I've been so happy to be in this show. The Ahsoka show has been pretty good. Not the best show, but it's really good. So I highly recommend seeing the show. So I'm excited for 2 more episodes.
Well, thank you, Andres. Thank you for coming on and doing the reviews with us, brother. I know I had to beg you and plead you to do it, but you came on and did them. So you're a good man. You're a good creator. There you go. See, that's true. Cyberneticsharks are 2 away from 700, bitch. What's up?
Yep. So 698 is the current subscriber count for the channel, folks. As always, if you enjoy me as a moderator or on the panel of the MCU's Bleeding Edge, definitely check out my solo content. You'll find my main stuff on YouTube, of course, but I am on pretty much every single social media platform. You can check me out on there. Just look for Cyberneticshark. As you can see, my most recent reviews, of course, were The Nun 2 and The Haunted Mansion. I'll be having a few more up here soon. You'll be seeing a review for The Expendables 4. You'll be seeing a review for a few other new things, a couple trailers and stuff like that. I still haven't done my Oppenheimer review, which I will eventually get to.
Oh my god!
I just don't have enough time in the day.
When is it, Cyber? Do you know when it's coming out on DVD?
No, not yet. I'm assuming it came out in July, so probably November or December.
November. I heard it. Nolan's gonna keep it in theaters until November, so we're probably gonna get the digital soon for November. That's what I heard in the streets. So
We can do a full movie review on it anytime you want to. Well, we could, we'll talk about it when not. But me and Andre just did a non-spoiler free. Or a spoiler free, whatever. We didn't do a full movie review of it.
Yep. Anyways, folks, we got Mr. Pop Culture Guy trying to get to the 1,000 mark by the end of the year. So if you can subscribe to us and hit that bell notification so you know when new videos of ours are up, definitely check that out, people. Definitely help us get to that magic mark. Of course, Mr. True Knowledge himself says he's going to be doing those awesome giveaways. So keep an eye out for those, folks.
I'm doing tomorrow, Cyber. I've got that's all I have in my schedule.
As always, thanks for all those that have newly subscribed. You guys are rocking it, and we will catch you as soon as usual.
Raymond is doing a live this Friday. A time would be helpful, Raymond, but I'll talk to you soon, brother. We appreciate you. All right, folks. Have a good evening. We hope you enjoyed the review of part 6, not episode 6, part 6 of Ahsoka Far, Far Away. We will see you next time on Saturday night, where we'll be doing Coming to America. Cannot wait. William from Geek On Podcast will be on with us. It'll be fabulous. It'll be spectacular. And then, of course, Daryl Dixon, episode 4. Loki season 2 is coming real soon. We're about to be switching over to our movie reviews, I think, after Coming to America. So, if I remember correctly by the schedule, we'll have to see. We'll see you next time, folks. Peace. Be out.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hard.